Step to our Delish meal planner is to prepare our inside pages. But before I get to that step, I should actually mention that on the From My Kitchen Cricut cartridge, there is actually no font. So you will need an extra or an additional font cartridge to cut these letters out. And I just used all different sizes, some capital, some lowercase, and they were mounted on a paper that I actually created in Photoshop. The background is just all different kitchen-y words, cake, mixes, baking powder, that sort of thing. So let's move on to the inside page. You will notice that we've got two different papers here. We've got a kind of a border paper, and then we've got an inside paper that serves as the border for our page. And in order to get this, you can just go ahead and cut out, this is one of the recipe borders on your Cricut cartridge, and let me just refer to my notes and I can tell you. The frames are on page 60 in the booklet. So the measurement that you'll need to cut this at is 6 3/4 inches height. And then of course, to prepare your chipboard, we've cut our chipboard in 12 by 10 a size, and then you want to pick up at your local craft store some of this chalkboard paint. And I put 2 coats on here so that it just prepares the surface, and then you can write on it with chalk and you don't have to worry about it rubbing off or showing the chipboard through. So that's already been prepared for us. So let's load this in our Cricut and cut out our surrounding border. Okay. But before cutting, what we want to do is use the left arrow on your keypad, which is right here, right next to the cut, and you're going to scroll so that your marker says 1 3/4 inches. So right here it'll show you what position you're at, 1/8, 3/16, and you're going to scroll until that says 1 3/4. And then this will allow you to get into the correct positioning for your page size. And then you'll have that outlying border and then your border inside. So I'm at 1 3/4, and I'm going to be cutting, my height wheel should be set at 6 3/4. Okay. So we're going to be cutting out the same shape as we originally did. We're going to be cutting out the same shape, but we're basically discarding this middle part because that was already cut by a coordinating paper. So you hit tabs, and then I want to hit the shift key because we're cutting out this shape right here on the page. We want that frame shape. And then we select our martini glass, and that shape will come up in our display here. And we're at the right positioning and we're ready to go here. So this was the shape that I was looking for, and this is going to be what gives us that little frame for our page. And actually I should have, so when you're preparing your page, you obviously want to have your paint come all the way out, and actually it probably will cover it. If I put this in here, this is how this is going to work. It covers it right up. Your recipe frame for your page all cut out, but before you adhere that on, let's move on to the recipe tab and I'll show you how to use the rub-ons with those.